How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and it is time to start Season 3, Episode 9. Wow, where's the time going? Of Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. But I gotta introduce my awesome players. First, we have the beautiful Dark Lovely,
Hello.
playing our High Priestess, Keshian Princess Aura. Next, we have the awesome Alloy,
Alloy.
playing the Ashen Forge Warrior Argus. We have the magnificent Master Draco,
Hey.
playing the Volna Hunter Rylan Bravestride. We have the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio. Oh, I'm sorry. We have Tonto Tomahawk playing the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio. Let us hear you.
They said be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, he is here. Coolness. All right.
In spirit.
Yes, most definitely. But lastly, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
The blood will flow.
Playing the vengeful human Captain Jonathan T. Archer. We also got to give special shout outs to Steve, Felicia, Nicole, my man Justin, Riley, James Nash, Matt Click, everyone at Absolute Tabletop. I'm going to be in contact with you guys shortly. All right. The Esper Genesis 5e RPG Facebook group. Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPG, Roll20 Dad, Aaron Cameron, Belor McCracken, Dave Rosser Jr., and Aiden. Please engage that like button hard and share this video around. But with that, the magnificent Master Draco, also known as the Volna Hunter Rylan Bravestride, is going to grace us with an awesome recap. Take it away.
Oh, we start back on the astral horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Some shenanigans unfolded. An Argus and a Sentinel Remus decided that playing tag was a good idea to start off everything.
I remember.
As we were making preps to head out, there were some conversations, don't remember all of them, things that needed to happen, about quelling a cult, but as we were all kind of getting situationally ready for stuff, a group of assassins decided that they wanted a piece of us.
Yeah. It was a lot of them, too.
Oh, there was a bunch. Splitting the party into two to deal with both the Basilisk and the Astral Horizon so we could try to escape, which did not work out as the assassins pushed to the ships and put charges, detonation charges, on the sides of them.
Mm-hmm.
The fights continued. They set the charge off. The Basilisk crew did pretty well. My character jumped back to the Astral Horizon to help quell the assassins that were still over there. Shot Remus in the process, but he's fine.
He is. He is. You paid him good, though.
Yeah, paying him good. But we had a loss on that in that combat. Jackson, who fought to the very end, died in combat, and that affected Archer to the point of a mad revenge. Is out to play, and he decides to spacewalk from the ship to the station.
Yeah.
Ready to hunt those that are on the Hyperlance. Is that what it's called? The Void Drake ship?
Yes, the Hyperlance.
While Jane is going through a mother's loss, and is, well,
Yeah,
she's in an emotional outburst right now, and because of, her
The lost.
only son.
Yes.
And that's where we're at, is trying to figure out what to do now.
Mm-hmm.
We are now captainless. We have a vendetta. But at least Jackson's in a better place.
This is true. Thank you so much for that recap.
That was a very fun recap.
Mm-hmm. I really
Your memory
appreciate
was
it.
better than mine.
Is there anything else that someone would like to add?
Well, the ships are pretty much completely buggered up after those detonation charges went off.
Mm-hmm.
Sagaricio and I are trying our best to patch up the Basculist, but it's kind of missing about half of it.
Yeah.
And the Astral Horizon isn't faring much better, to my understanding.
This is true. Okay.
The only thing I want to add is that Aura gave Remus permission to help on the hunt.
Ah, yes, that is so true. Because Jackson Archer, the young man, unfortunately, his life was cut short. And now's the time for, as was stated earlier, vengeance and blood. Archer,
Yeah.
we are going to start with you. While everything was happening aboard the Astral Horizon and the Basculus, two spaceships that are effectively belonging to the overall crew of the Astral Horizon, while all that was happening after the death of your son, you decided to sneak out of the ship and spacewalk back towards Pale Tavaria.
Mm-hmm.
Things have gotten too far out of hand, and there are certain things that you need to do that you do not want the rest of your crew, your family, to be a part of.
Yep.
Getting back to Pale Tavaria is slow.
Well, to speed things along, as I said at the end of the session last time, took a blaster pistol with me, basing off of astrophysics, calculating trajectories, use it to give me a little nudge.
Most definitely. And so, constantly blasting, propelling yourself ever further and faster towards Pale Tavaria Station. It took some hours. It allowed you to rest some, but you made it back to Pale Tavaria. Accessing the Hyperlance from the outside is nigh impossible. They have it in this extremely well armored and well protected casing. It seems as if they had anticipated someone attempting to steal this flagship ship. But you have made it back inside Pale Tavaria. You have your Silk Blade in its covert suit mode, correct?
Yep. Going full stealth.
Most definitely. And so invisibly, you are passing by people's and the security of the station itself. You're making your way directly towards the Hyperlance, correct?
That's the plan.
Awesome. Maneuvering past people. Various aliens. Many of them having absolutely no idea what is happening. The weight of your loss still is bared upon your shoulders. You manage to get yourself a few blocks away from the very large facility that is housing and showcasing the Hyperlands. You're going to have to give me a perception check in order to see what type of security they have protecting this ship.
Perception is plus deuce. Let's start the night out with a 15.
All right. 15. Very good roll. A necessary roll. They have small, armored, spherical drones hovering about the place. So far, your count is 30. Scanning everything and everyone. You look at the security personnel. The ones that are tending to the people that are ushering here and there to the various viewing points, those guys are hired help. Rent-a-cops. The real security, though, is the cloaked ones. Heavily armored mercenaries. You recognize the type.
Yeah.
It's safe to assume almost no one else knows that they're there except for you.
And how many of them can I identify?
So far, near the front entrance, you spotted 15. All of them with highly illegal weaponry that should not be inside of a space station.
Food for thought.
Most definitely. As you are going over their security measures, the scanners at the door, the lockers, you do know that getting in is going to be quite a difficult task. That's when all of a sudden your cybernetic eye begins to beep. You
Making sure I'm staying to the shadows of something, cover of some form, before I answer it.
most definitely. You are a few blocks away from the facility that has the Hyperlands. You're in the alley.
Uh-huh.
All right. Darkness, shadow are your friends. No one has any idea that you were there. Not even a transient Kesh, a homeless one that is currently sleeping and snoring hard, laying
I'm
on his
standing
side.
right on the top of.
Effectively, right? But that is when, with a 15, you finally feel the presence. Someone behind you. Someone who got the drop on you.
Interesting.
You turn around. Almost 8 feet. Armor. Similar to yours. Immediately, your cybernetic eye registers them as a Justicar. A Justicar for the organization that you were once a part of, that you are no longer. And he is staring dead at you, fully aware of where you are.
Of course. Very likely he's as cloaked as I am, and I would be able to see him just as readily.
Exactly. And so with that, he activates the communication that only the two of you are able to register.
Waiting. Not moving, not saying anything, just staring back at him.
Jonathan Archer, you are supposed to be dead.
That was supposed to be a long time ago.
My reports say we have claimed your son.
And someone will pay for that. He was an innocent.
There is no such thing as innocence.
Then why all the secrecy to what we do?
Secrecy affords us freedom and lack of obstruction. You, of all people, should know this. So your son has
The
paid
instructions
your
come from
price.
those that are truly innocent.
How many more must die before you finally sacrifice yourself, Archer? According to our records, you still have a wife. You still have a daughter. We will kill them too.
You.
You're going to shoot him?
Yep.
Go ahead. Roll to attack.
19.
19. Excellent. What are you shooting him with?
Light pistol. It's not the best, but
Your silenced one?
So silenced.
Gotcha. All right. And so with that, you go ahead and you let off a few rounds. And you see them...
Just a sec, I gotta take a call.
No problem. And you see them actually get stuck in the somewhat liquid, symbiote-like skin of his armor. Are you quite done? It was I who gave the order to have you destroyed for your transgression. Now I see you have set your sights on the Hyperlance. You may or may not know, it is of interest to the organization that we both belong to. Give it to us, and we will rescind the order. You and your family shall live. Do we have an accord?
I don't know how good a read he is on people emotionally, but with certain things that he said, and things he owned up to, give me just a second. I got to figure out what John's going to do.
No problem. While you are pondering the correct response, realizing its weight, knowing that him claiming to put your wife and your daughter in danger, it's not a slight threat that is not planned to be carried out. It's almost a certainty. You weigh your next words carefully, and while you're considering that, we actually go back to the Astral Horizon and the Basilisk. Argus.
Yeah.
Sluggeristio.
Yo.
Rylan Brave Stride. And Princess Aura. Once again, you guys realize that if you combine the power of your core stones, the ships can be quickly restored. At least enough to the point of limping back to Pale Tavaria. But to do so would expend a lot of their energy, and it would take time for that to regenerate. The question is, do you?
We should do it to at least one of the ships. Archer's got a head start on us.
Well, so we do this, rest, and then because he's already gone for a few hours at
Yes.
this point, so
We effectively went a little bit back in time, so go ahead.
I guess we could do both ships and rest.
It's definitely possible. So, do you all
Let's
agree?
give Jake one less thing to think about.
You guys
Hey,
mentally...
I'm down. I'm not the brains of this operation in the slightest.
My only issue is that who else is in on this whole operation? Because we were attacked openly at the station.
He
Well,
raises a
bring
very
up a
good
valid
question.
point. And I have a plan for that. I gotta go gain more information, though.
I wish to assist the archer in committing acts of violence.
The problem is all this communication you guys are having is purely mental, purely telepathic, thanks to your connection with the core stones.
Violence!
Brave Stride, as you are communicating with the rest of your stone bearers, all right, Remus is staring hard at you.
Oh, I thought he went with. I thought he left after Archer.
Oh, I'm sorry. You assigned him to Archer, not Brave Strike. I apologize. Then please remove that last statement. Remus is not there. He has taken one of the suits and is also on his way back to Peltavaria. But stone bearers, do you all agree to restore the ships?
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Calm down.
Well, Sagaristio with the Amber Core Stone, do you?
Okay. I have my reservations on expending this much power without any form of a backup plan, but we'll put it in Fate's hands. So yeah, no, I'll do it.
And with that, you guys all lift up your core stones. The amber, the crimson, the emerald, and the azure. As there's a flash of prismatic light that completely envelops both ships. Over time, they are restored, repaired, almost as good as new, aside from their heavily depleted sorium power. You guys have enough time to rest, get your wits about you, and plan as the ships make their way back to Peltavaria. Sagaristio, you see the amber light of your core stone begin to fade as it's currently in effectively recharge mode. Once again, you do not like how vulnerable a position this puts everyone in. Peltavaria is slowly getting bigger and bigger as your ships are going back towards the hangar. What makes it even worse is you must pass through the cloud that was created from the previous explosions. Tell me, what is Sagaristio doing during his long rest? Because I'm sure it's not just sleeping.
Well, for right now, he's just gonna kind of putz around the ship and make sure maintenance is still taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep his mind off of everything as much as he would like to help out with Jane with Jackson. He's feeling it's probably best to just keep his distance for right now.
Very good. Jane has been inconsolable. She hasn't wanted anyone to touch Jackson or even be around the two of them. Not even to help her carry him into the infirmary where she herself tended to him. Princess Aura, your natural telepathic sense, unfortunately, is connected with Jane's. You feel her anguish, the sense of loss that can be felt within the pit of both hers and your stomach. You're also concerned about Remus, hoping that he's going to be more of a help and not a hinder. Tell me, what is Aura doing right now?
Looking for Jill.
Good girl.
You managed to find her in her room. She's currently drawing a picture. Her purple Kesh companion by the name of Free is sitting nearby. He's just watching over her, and he sees you as you enter, and he just gives you that look like he really has no idea what to do.
Wait, he's purple right now?
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not
Salivating.
behaving strangely?
No.
So, based on their body language, do they look just like they're hanging out?
They're hanging out. Jill, in all her single-digit age goodness, is just lying on her stomach right now, and she's coloring something. Free, he's standing there with his arms behind his back, just looking over her. He looks a bit sad. He knows what's happened. And then he sees your face, and you're looking at him weird. And now he's looking at you weird.
Did you know you're purple?
Right? He goes, "No, I'm not." And he finally looks down, and it's a... He looks back at you, or... I'm purple?
Do you feel okay?
It was... No.
What do you feel?
Confused and sad.
I'm gonna go over and just give him a brief hug, and then I'm gonna just kind of lay on my back on the floor next to Jill and stare up at the ceiling.
And so you go ahead, you give him a hug, and he's like almost afraid to be touched. He's like, "Your Grace, I'm purple. You probably shouldn't."
It's fine.
And so you go ahead and you give him a hug, and it's thank you, High Priestess. And after the hug, as you're getting ready to lay down, you do see him start to turn back to his normal shade of green. And Ori puts her blaster away. As you lay on your back next to Jill, she's just coloring, and she goes, "Is Mama still sad?"
Jill, I'll be honest, I don't think she's ever not gonna be sad. But I think that with some time, it'll be less consuming.
Daddy's sad right now, too. And he's mad, too.
Yeah, he's furious.
What
How
do I
you
do?
feel?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to Mom, and she doesn't want to talk to anybody. And Dad's not here. He's really mad. And everybody's sad, and I know why they're sad. They can't see Jackson anymore. Well, not like I do.
What do you mean?
Well, Jackson's here, but then the Jackson that everybody talks to is not here.
So you still feel his essence? Well, that's good. That's comforting. I mean, I think part of the reason that people get so sad about death in this plane is because they don't get to feel their loved ones after they pass. They're not as sensitive as you and I. So for them, it's a cycle ending, but we understand that the cycle is just more like a spiral. It's never ending.
With that, she goes ahead and
That you're confused.
she slides over the picture. And the picture is, it looks like she drew a black dragon that's being stung by black bugs.
Is that what he's dreaming about?
No. Jackson's still fighting.
Jackson's still fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's ever not gonna be fighting?
And with that, you see a few tears kind of well up in Jill's eyes. And she just shakes her head no.
Well, it's a good thing that your brother's a stubborn shithead, isn't it?
With that, she smiles and she nods. But with that, Jill just kind of scoots over and she just kind of lays in your arm. But Jackson has to stop fighting. He has to go to the better place. If he doesn't stop fighting, he's never going to leave.
Well, the most we can do is hope that maybe with some time, Jackson will get tired and realize that there are better things waiting.
Do you think you can talk to him?
I mean, I can try.
Really?
Well, do you want to talk to him with me? I think we could probably both do it if we're together.
Okay. And with that, she just like reaches over and touches your forehead, and we will cut back to that in a minute. Argus,
Yo.
what have you been doing? The ships are... Go ahead.
Mostly trying to get Tana to help me make something to cause a lot of damage.
Got you. And so, you go over to her room, which is also her workshop and her lab and everything else she needs in there. And she goes, I take one nap and everything goes wrong.
Tana, it is time to commit war crimes. I need weapons.
And Tana, she just puts down whatever she was working on. She just slowly walks over to you and she just gives you the biggest hug.
Less hugs, more war crimes.
It was okay. So, what do we need? Antimatter? All right. Do we need some quasar collapsers? What are we trying to mess up?
People. Someone made it clear that they were sending Archer a message and they sent the wrong one to the wrong people.
You want something big or something personal?
Personal. If I need big, I have the psychopath in my head when he wakes up.
You know, right. Okay. Something painful. And with that, immediately she goes ahead and sits on her little hover chair. And she begins bringing up blades, rifles. She brings up this one thing. It looks like a homing dagger. But it's heavily serrated and hooked. Is this for you? Is this for... Who's going to be wielding this? And what are you trying to kill?
I'm unaware of what it is. All I know is that Archer will want the revenge. It should be made for him.
What are you killing? I mean, you kind of didn't tell me much.
It's because I don't know much, honestly. let's just go with the general assumption of everything.
Alright. Can I see your core stone?
Why? You know what? Never mind. War crimes.
Exactly!
I'll enter or at least I'll hold out the Crimson Core Stone.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Very minute pyro signature right now, but I just need to get the signature. The rest I can work from there. And she immediately begins going to town. Alright, as that is happening, Brave Stride.
Yes.
Aside from resting, probably petting Umbra, tell me, what have you been doing?
Well, definitely got my rest in.
Definitely.
Went and retrieved Cynthia's revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for the core stone to charge back up.
Mm-hmm.
And making a call to Sagaricio real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much stating I need Cynthia's revenge to be modified into a dual style weapon.
Dual style.
Yeah, and I have that thorium generator still for the whistling stones. I need an auto rifle function as well as snipe function.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult.
Right. And when you're saying you're having this communication with him, are you doing it? You can still communicate through the core stone. You just can't use any of their other abilities. Or did you call him via radio?
I would probably use the core stone to keep the channels from being tapped.
Gotcha. Okay. And so as you're doing this, you're actually able to feel Cynthia's revenge in your arms pulsating as she is contacting you. And she is like, I don't know what you're thinking about, but it has to do with me. What is it?
Let's just say you already like being deadly. What if I made you double the deadly?
I'm listening. Are we going to kill the things that killed your friend?
Yes. We're going to implant a thorium generator.
Whoa. Wait, what?
It's going to create the bullets for us. And then an auto rifle function.
You know I make my own, right?
Why have I been chambering rounds?
I just thought you did that because you like the feel of it or something.
No, because you're a sniper rifle and you use bullets. You already have a thorium generator.
Well, yeah, I use that for the cryo stuff.
I'm surprised you didn't know before, which is why I was kind of like, all right, it's not hard.
Oh, well, then we'll just need to convert you into dual functionality of an auto rifle and a sniper rifle.
Honestly, I think she might be able to do that better without my assistance.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I mean,
long as
he's like a
long as
cousin
you
or
focus.
something. I don't want him touching me. That would be weird. Things are weird enough.
It's also our best engineer.
Well,
It's our only engineer.
I'm now your only engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you already have an auto rifle?
Nope.
Can you get one?
I have the generator, the thorium generator from, but yeah, I could probably get one. Why?
Okay. Just bring me the thorium generator and a rifle, and I'll see what I can do. I have a feeling I can change myself, but I'm not sure. But I want to try something before all of a sudden my cousin starts working on me.
I'm gonna go and walk into Tana's room and find where her war crime stash is.
It's a you go.
It won't be hard. Find the most bedazzled footlocker.
The more sparkles, the more likely.
All right, you head.
Exactly.
So yeah, you get over into Tana's room, right? Argus is there. Tana is there. It looks like right now that she is creating homing mini missiles. And looking at the schematics, she's trying to put in some type of singularity detonator warhead in these mini missiles.
So
Brave
like
Shy?
like a casual like walk in. I know she's busy, so this is the best time to do this. Tana, auto rifle, location, and then when she points it out, I'll go grab it.
Yeah, she locker 5.
Thank you.
Like just a rifle? Do you don't want?
Kenzie is gonna try something. How you doing, Argus?
I wish for violence.
Yeah, I see you letting out the maniac, so I agree.
It is time.
She goes, do you guys want grenades? I have schematics for
Yes.
grenade. Ooh.
Yes,
I can make grenades finally.
Yes.
all of them
In abundance.
by the dozen.
And with that, she goes ahead. She interlocks her effectively 2 fingers because her species has 2 fingers and a thumb, and she goes to go ahead and stretch them out and crack them. Unfortunately, her joints don't work that way, but she still goes through the motion. And then she looks at her hands and she goes, "How do you Terrans do that?"
I will demonstrate.
Right.
I put a special order in.
Yes. Well, everybody. Oh, now everybody wants me. Beforehand, no, Tana, you can't make weapons of mass destruction. No. But now someone dies. Now it's like, come on, Tana, blow up the station.
Whoa. Never said blow up the station.
Well, you did not say. Okay, fine. She goes ahead.
Having a backup's not a bad idea.
She deletes Project 7. Oh, wait.
Cryo grenades.
Bring that back.
Whoa. Bio grenades? Wait.
Cryo.
Aww.
Being bio sounds fun too.
Well,
But
of course, I have like this formula for a nerve agent. What?
The last thing we need is unrestricted nerve agents being released into the air. No.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just need cryo grenades. The Bertle shot from Kensia's Revenge worked really well on the assailants.
All right. So, okay, I like the specifics. All right. You're bringing that auto rifle back, right?
No, and then I walk out.
No.
Thief!
I will get you a new one. Focus on task.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of tasks. All right, so.
So then stop playing with your fingers and get back to work.
Grenades.
Yeah, I got the auto rifle.
Cryo grenades. And so she goes ahead, she looks at the auto rifle. She goes, okay. And she goes, well, first, you gotta put me down.
Put her down, put the gun down, put the serum generator down, put just sit at the table.
Right. There's a flash of energy, and Cynthia's Revenge, the cryo sniper rifle, then becomes the Promethean humanoid form of Cynthia. With that, she goes ahead, she picks up the auto rifle, and she starts like rubbing the side of it a whole lot
Kinky.
with her hand. You know, it's just, I know. It's just that it's cold. All right. And you wait. Where's the sorium?
Here.
Okay. You may want to back up because if this doesn't work, tell the crew I'm sorry. I blew a hole in the ship. And
Good.
right, you go ahead and you take a few more steps back.
I haven't pulled out the bone shield.
There you go. You pull out the bone shield, head to the side, kind of squat down to make sure you have most of it covering your body. There's a flash of gold, and all of a sudden you felt this pressure press up against you, almost knocking you off of your feet, but you managed to hold strong. And when the spots die out, you do see Cynthia's Revenge, now transformed. As soon as you look at it, all of a sudden you see that it's actually able to retract both the sniper scope and the barrel into an auto rifle form. With that,
For auto rifle form, auto rifle damage.
yes.
Yep.
With that, there's another flash of light, and Cynthia in her humanoid form returns, Right now, she's kind of squatting, and she has her hands on the floor, and she's sweating profusely. She goes, "Okay, okay, I was able to do it. Okay, that worked." And she falls over.
I will pick her up and take her to my quarters, lay her on my bed so she can rest, and then probably sit in my chair and look over the rifle, familiarize myself. Like, I know she is the rifle, so I
She is the
can't do
rifle,
that.
yeah. You do
For a
notice
while we had
you notice that she has these strange golden markings on the backs of her hands now.
Okay.
But aside from that, you put her into your bed in your quarters. You sit in your chair. Umbra is, of course, there trying to be a lap cat, even though she's the size of a panther. So she just effectively just lays all over you.
Close my eyes. Yeah, just wait for the trip back.
Sounds good. Archer, are you ready?
Yep.
We go back to the interior of Pale Tavaria. A little ways away from the showcase of the Hyperlance. In a dark alley. And you are in a conversation with the Justicar. He's offered you a deal. Give your previously affiliated organization the Hyperlance, and the kill order on you and your family will be rescinded.
Kill order on the family is to be rescinded unconditionally, whether things pan out with the Lance or not.
No. Once the Hyperlance is in our possession, then the order will be rescinded.
Can't do the job if I've got to watch over my shoulder and theirs for those would-be killers and assassins that keep fucking your shit up. It's to be rescinded now, non-negotiable. Let's put it this way. I know the only reason you're talking to me is you guys don't think you can get the Lance. And you know I can. You want it, you deal. Otherwise, it's mine, and I'll destroy every last one of you.
The kill order will be temporarily suspended.
Permanently on Jane and Jill. Unconditionally.
You have made your choice, Archer. He begins to walk away. Do you want to either try your intimidate or your persuasion?
Better in persuasion.
How do you want to persuade him to somehow go along with completely removing the kill order on your family?
You claim that there is no such thing as innocence. That hiding in the shadows is just for your own anonymity. But who, then, if there are no innocents, are you trying to stay hidden from? Because all of those that I know that aren't innocent know who you are. They are innocent. You can drop the kill order on them.
Are you attempting to say, go ahead and roll your persuasion, that in all the years you've been married, that you have never once alluded to who you are truly affiliated with?
You guys know me better than that. Answer your own damn question. And with a 23.
Mm-hmm. He stops and turns around. New deal. We shall remove the kill order on your daughter if you're able to give us the hyperlance. We will restore your son. Or have you
You
forgotten?
can have that tech.
You were dead once. We do have the tech. We can get
I
him
still
back to
say
you.
the kill order's dropped on Jane and Jill. Permanently. I get you the ship. You give her son back. Because not even he knew what Dad was into.
We shall not harm your wife and daughter. But if we do not get that ship, deal's off.
And I'll have complete access again?
You wish to return to us.
You want this job done, I've got to have the access.
Interesting. Your status as an agent of us has been restored. Your wife and daughter have been removed from the kill order permanently.
Then disappear and hope I never find you specifically ever again.
Be swift, Archer. And with that, the Justicar fades out of existence. Finally, the Kesh that was asleep in the alley, he finally chokes on something and he was, He still has no idea you're there. You are completely invisible. He goes ahead and he gets up. And he just turns around on you, drops trowel, and starts pissing.
He ain't pissing on me. The minute he started to turn my direction, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do? What's going to be your first task about trying to get into this space to obtain the hyperlands?
First order of business, I need every last bit of information I can possibly find on the Lance. Second, will be security layouts, and preferably, if I can get them, names of those that are assigned to her.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
From there, I'll be doing further research on each individual.
Okay. And so right now you're going to be plumbing through the files that your organization has, correct?
Yep, and the entire web, so to speak.
Ah, yes. The Stillrain Intergalactic Media. Yeah.
This him.
Awesome. You begin to access all this information, but unfortunately your concentration is a bit distracted. A few blocks down the street, you hear Remus. Archer! Archer! It is I! Remus! I am looking for you! Archer! Say that
Rather
again.
quickly, scribble down a note on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
slip my way around behind him,
Mm-hmm.
plant said piece of paper, then tap him where it's at and disappear again.
Okay. You go ahead and tap him, and he turns around really quickly. And then he sees the piece of paper. What's on the piece of paper?
Go back to the ship. I'm fine.
He's looking at it. I see. Fine. I do not know who you are. But no one commands me except for the High Priestess and her brand. I shall find you, fine, and we will have words. He tosses the paper.
Talking to empty air.
Archer! Yeah, but while he is doing that, Aura, getting back to you, all of a sudden you find your essence floating above your body. Jill is right there next to you holding your hand. You're able to look over at Free and Ori, and they appear to be frozen in time. Jill takes you by the hand and leads you through the walls and doors over to the hallway where her brother perished. And you are able to see a blurry image of Jackson and the inky black assassin, as it appears to be a loop of his fight and struggle to bash it with the hammer. He fought with fist and feet and elbow. He attempted to use a blaster that he had constructed, but unfortunately was disarmed. It gets to a certain point, and then Jackson and the assassin disappears. Back around the corner and down the hall, only for the fight to happen again. Jill holds your arm closer. It's all that he does. I don't know how to make him stop.
Well, in all honesty, I don't know either, but we can try some things.
And so they come back around the corner, punching, hammering, kicking, kneeing. The Shadow Assassin stabs him again and again. You see, it's almost getting to the point where it's going to stop and they're going to disappear for the loop to start over again. Aura, what do you do?
I'm going to wait for the loop to restart, and then I'm going to intervene before Jackson gets stabbed.
So, you flow through the walls over to the gun replacement, where the hatch opens and the assassin's getting ready to strike. You're going to have to give me a wisdom saving throw. You will be proficient with this, seeing as how you've been to this type of plane of existence before. So it will be your modifier. Whoa.
Nice.
With
Very
a
nice.
23. You catch the blade of the assassin by its wrists. And then you see that the image of Jackson just sits there. And then finally, it seems as if he becomes aware of you and begins to turn his head around. Aura.
We're all so sorry you were alone in this moment, kid.
I'm confused. Like, is everybody okay?
Yeah, everybody else is okay.
As he looks over at the assassin that you're holding. Whoa, wait. And he starts feeling his body. Wait, no. No. Wait, am I? Are you? Wait, are you? Is everybody dead?
No, kid. Everybody else is alive.
Everybody else, like, is this a? Please tell me this is just a dream.
Well, it's a dream that your sister and I can see you in.
Wait, Jill's here? And with that, she finally comes through the hatch. And he just looks at her face. He looks back at you, Aura. He looks at the assassin that you're holding on to. And Jill just starts crying. I'm sorry, brother. Oh. But everybody else is okay, right?
Yeah, your dad left on what I imagine is going to be a pretty significant revenge massacre, but we wanted to make sure you know you weren't alone.
Cool. That's pretty Nova. You know, my dad said that so many times when I almost blew myself up in the engineering. He said, now you better not go ahead and get yourself killed or I'm going to be pissed. My dad's a man of his word. Hey, Aura, could you,
Yeah.
could you make sure my parents are gonna be okay?
Honestly, and this applies to you too, time is something that I think is going to help. There's no need to rush, but I think everybody's gonna be okay.
Yeah, but look, my mom, she's like my dad. She's gonna get really, really violent. I just want to make sure, you know, that both of them are gonna be okay. I don't want nothing to happen to them.
I mean, I'll do my best. We'll do what we can, but you don't need to worry about them, okay?
Well, you're a high priestess, right? Do you swear?
I mean, I guess I am.
And with that, immediately, Jill, she goes ahead, she puts up her pinky. And with that, Jackson kind of smiles and he interlocks his pinky and they both put their pinkies towards you. And Jill looks at you, Aura. Please?
Why are we holding up pinkies?
Because,
Pinky promise.
Jill, and finally, Jill, she kind of whispers loudly at Jackson. She's cash, they don't pinky promise. And with that, Jackson kind of smiles. He goes, we humans, we hold our pinkies together when we make a very, very important promise that we're going to keep. And so we just want you to promise that you're going to look out for our parents. Especially this squirt right here. And they both hold out their pinkies to you again.
I'm gonna smile and hold out both of my pinkies and interlock them and just say, this is my promise that I'm gonna try to watch out for all of you.
And with that, he just kind of nods and he's like, Nova. No. You do what she tells you to do, alright, Squirt? And with that, Jill just kind of nods. As she's nodding, all three of you all of a sudden notice a bright light appearing outside of the ship. You see a tear in the fabric of reality. The tear is lined with gold and the light is white and warm. Jackson looks at it, a little bit of fear on his face, but then he looks back at the two of you. I guess that's for me. Jill, you were the best annoying sister a brother could have. And, Aura, you're like the shwayest cash chick ever.
Is there anything you want me to let anybody else know?
Yeah, tell Sagaristio I'm going to be working on everything that he taught me. And even though he's not really big on it, hug the Catman for me. Kind of curious. But importantly, could you tell my mom and my dad that I love them so much.
You were adored, Jackson, and you still are. And if we can figure out a way to bring you back, we will, but we want you to be at peace in the meantime. You deserve to feel safe and not feel like you have to keep struggling.
Yes. Nova. Yeah. Hey, all systems green here. Wait, one last thing. And you see he kind of hovers closer to the two of you. And then he boots this assassin in the crotch. He goes,
Good man.
learned that from Argus. Hey, stay Nova. And with that, he just kind of allows himself to drift and be pulled into the light. And with a flash of golden energy, Aura, you and Jill open your eyes to find yourselves back in your physical form. Back in Jill's room. Back in the astral horizon.
Jill, where's your candy stash? Spontaneous seances always make me really hungry after.
I know, right? I have it right over here. You know, she goes ahead and she opens up a chest and she takes off the top layer of toys. And Free's like, wait, that's where you had them all this time?
She is her father's daughter.
Someone has a candy stash. Someone has a war crime stash. We're just a crew of rascals, aren't we?
Most definitely we are. But with that scene over, now's the time for our 5-minute break. All right, and when we get back, we are definitely going to pick up with Brave Stride and what he plans to do now that you guys are back aboard the Pale Tavares station. All right, see everyone in 5 minutes. And we are back. And what an emotional session this has been. Princess Aura, with the assistance of Captain Jonathan T. Archer's daughter Jill, have managed to bestow a little bit of peace upon the recently departed Jackson Archer and has helped him to the light. But now we are going to be picking up with Bravestride, Argus, and Sagaristio as they make their way into the heart of Pel Tavaria, back to the Eclipse Club where they were initially ambushed a couple of sessions ago. Bravestride is currently on the hunt for someone specific and has decided to go right back to where he last saw her. Bravestride, Argus, Sagaristio, as you guys are making your way through Pel Tavaria and back to this Eclipse Club, you do notice that there are the holographic caution, do not cross line tapes all over the exterior of the club. There are two sentry bots. They're humanoid bots, of course, chrome in color, that are there stationed to keep people out. But that is where you guys do have to go. Tell me, what do you do?
I'm a sneaky person, but I don't know about you two.
The potential to sneak.
I'm not really sneaky, not in this armor.
Oh, yeah, armor doesn't matter for me.
Also, do remember you guys have had a long rest, and so you have all the power of your core stones together.
Cool. So, I can try to sneak. I don't guarantee success.
Let's just slip in an alleyway and I'll use pass without trace.
Ah.
What's it do?
Pretty much it gives you a +10 on stealth checks.
Oh, excellent. That takes me up to a +11.
All right, go ahead, and you guys make your group stealth checks.
That brings me up to a +10. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
And you can't be. I have to find the again. But there's a few things it does. But pretty much it's that you can't be like tracked by non-mundane means or something.
And this is, you got this from
Even
being
with-
a hunter, right? Or is it a talent?
Yeah, it's a forging technique.
It's a forging technique. Okay. Thank you.
Damn, Tonto.
Love how we both rolled the same.
Well, the worst thing for you is, like, if you didn't have disadvantage, you know, that 20.
Tony would have been nice, but is what it is.
But yeah, no, it's funny. Like, we both. Fuck off.
he is our scores combined.
Literally.
Wow. Okay.
We thought we were doing all right by not stepping on any rocks, and he's like, "You guys coming?"
He's already over there.
Uh-huh.
I'm already talking to his score stone. Fuck, you guys are slow.
Exactly. Somehow, despite the holographic do not pass tape, the roving sentry bots, you guys managed to sneak your way into what's left of the Eclipse nightclub. Bravestride, you remember her name was Rona.
Coincidence? I think so.
Oh, right. But this place has definitely been heavily scanned and gone over. Bravestride, exactly what are you looking for?
Well, I know she's not here because
Oh, yeah.
of what the situation is, but I want to she knew a couple people that would know her. One's already dead. So I want to check the cams maybe from the last week, because it seems like this might be her regular spot
Mm-hmm.
that she deals business with. So finding more information out on who she deals business with will lead to her.
Okay. And so you go ahead and you make your way to the security room with the pass without trace active. Of course, you guys are effectively ghosts. You get to the computer, but since it's part of an ongoing investigation, it is locked.
Look over at Segreistio. Man, we're already committing crimes. Let's just add a couple more.
Couple more crimes, eh?
More. More crimes, you
Alright.
say? War crimes, I prefer!
Well, I'm going to take a look at this lock. Is it a manual lock, like
No.
the old archaic stuff, or is it
Nah.
a digital one?
Digital. It's the effective keep out program. You don't have the passcode.
Punch it.
The good news is that
I told you I choose violence today!
this is nowhere near the tech that you have been dealing with when working with your fellow people, the Prometheans. This is beneath you. You will not get advantage to a check, but you will get a +2.
All right. So I'm guessing what? Mechanics, computers.
Computers.
Okay, so +2. Yeah,
Well,
we can do this.
it's computers to just view the data or to do something with the data, or you can make a mechanics check and just take the whole memory unit out.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. That sounds a lot more fun.
Well, if you're just doing that, then you get advantage.
Yeah, 19.
Oh, definitely. With a 19, yeah, as you go over and you're standing at the console and everyone is kind of expecting you to activate the holographic keyboard and to start typing furiously, when you just pretty much reach in your rig, pull out a type of wrench, squat down, open up a panel, and within moments, you're just holding up the memory unit like, what?
You didn't punch it.
I don't need to punch this one.
Finesse also works.
And besides, Spike,
Mhm.
what are they gonna do now that I'm holding on to this? Snap.
Mm-hmm. All right, you go ahead. Make sure you write down your inventory that you have the Eclipse memory. The Eclipse surveillance memory unit. And as you're stowing that within your gear, that's when you guys all hear the incoming hovering drone.
Oh, this pass without trace lasts like an hour.
Oh, last for an hour? Excellent. And so it's still coming. And it's making its rounds, and it's just completely going, just hovering by you guys. Uh-oh. Someone rolled a 28. Argus?
Yes, I sneak.
Oh, okay. And so as you guys are staring at this hovering drone that seemingly has no idea of your presence, that's when you guys look over and the ginormous Ashenforge Argus is also gone.
Guess he doesn't like drones, but follow suit.
Right. You guys make it outside of the Eclipse, completely undetected by neither bot nor anyone else. You have retrieved the surveillance memory unit. But before you have a chance to look into its data to see who Rona was interacting with to get a further clue, off in the distance you hear, no funny gifts, no funny gifts. Anyway, before you guys have a chance to look at the surveillance data, all of a sudden,
Or the
blocks
gift.
away, you hear, Archer! Archer, where are you? Fine! What do you guys do?
We want to pick up the Remus. Look over at the other two.
You can see me?
No.
I like how you guys are all in the same cloaking field, and he's like, how is this magic possible?
I can also hear your thoughts.
Yeah, you guys are connected via the core stones.
I hope you can hear theirs too.
No, I'm not that unlucky.
Damn it. Anyways, we should probably get the Remus. He's making a scene.
Yeah, alright.
Just go and pull him into the invisibility aura.
Are you guys? Is that what's going to happen?
I mean, if you let it.
I just need to know your guys' attempt. And so, as he is just hands to the mouth, Archer! Oh, and you get to pull him in. Unhand. Brave stride. Argus, Sartoristio. It is good that you are here. You can help me find the archer. And this person, fine. They attempted to command me to return to the ship.
Does he actually show them the note?
He does. And you guys clearly see it that it is Archer's handwriting. You guys have seen it on various tablets and data pads and whatnot.
Remus.
It says, it's fine, return to the ship.
Archer is the one that left you that note.
But I did not see him. Someone touched me, and this note was here. It does not say Archer on it. It says fine. So once we find this fine, then they can take us to Archer.
Hey, let me.
The stealthiest one of us, of this group, who just so also happens to be the captain, left you a note to tell you to go back to the ship. And you're complaining that you never saw this.
I believe he is upset that the letter is not addressed with Archer's name.
Oh, it's probably because he didn't really want to implicate himself.
Wait, Archer wrote this?
That is the implication, yeah.
And the final horse reaches the finish line.
Yay! Remus, how are you still alive?
Well,
Because he was ordered to.
Stay alive?
exactly.
Yes.
Is that all it takes?
Yeah.
Is there anything more?
Living life, but you wouldn't understand that.
I don't know what they're gonna do if you die. How do you punish someone who's already dead?
With that, asking that question, Sagaricio, you see has placed Remus into a zen state as he's pondering it.
You know, this will probably make him easier to move.
Yeah,
Keep him this way.
just stares
carry him.
off into the distance as he is trying to process that.
I gave him a moral paradox.
Yeah, you kind of broke him.
Are you broken,
Perfect.
Remus? Just keep following us.
Oh, great! You broke him.
All right. As you're leading Remus, who has the highest passive perception?
Me?
Do you really have to ask that question?
It's guaranteed.
Sometimes.
Every character he has played has been like, I have a passive of 17.
Brave Stride.
Except for my monk, had a passive of 19.
This is best 19.
Brave
Oh,
Stride, you spot Rona. She has just gotten onto a hover cycle, and she looks a bit paranoid. But
Oh, well, there's the person we're looking for.
and she has just jetted off. And now 4 more hover cycles are following after her.
I want one.
Well, I mean, there's the whole row of them right over there, but more than likely they belong to people.
Too bad.
Valid.
What are you guys going to do?
Confiscate.
Maliciously borrow.
With
Which one's getting the side cart for Remus? I'm not. Nose goes on that.
I'm just picturing like the two biggest guys
Yes.
on a.
Okay, so it looks like
I'm glad. I love that I didn't even have to finish.
you really did. All right, Remus is like what 6'5". I don't have his stats in front of me, and then you have the even taller Argus. Okay.
Both decked out in heavy armor too.
Yes.
On the equivalent of a moped with a sidecar. It's like watching bears at the circus.
You know what?
I got just slightly larger than Remus is. That's 6'6".
Hey, hell, why did I just get a vision of Dumb and Dumber?
Exactly.
My intelligence is above a 10. Thank you.
And so with that, you guys go ahead and hop on the hover cycles and begin to give chase. All right. We are going to say that for sheer comedy's sake, Remus is with you, Argus. Thank you for the visual. All right.
Get it to yourself, dude.
Most
I was
definitely.
having the thought. My apologies for saying it out loud.
It is fine. All right. Go ahead and roll that initiative.
Yay.
While that initiative is being rolled with a mighty 7 for Sagaricio, Archer.
Yep.
As you're going over the records, everything that your organization has,
I got a 3.
you realize that your best opportunity is to somehow go in as a tourist. That will get you close, even though there is a extremely blast resistant clear wall between you and the actual hyperlands, but being one of the tourists taking the tour will get you close. After that, it's a hidden army of veteran mercenaries and extremely powerful cloaked armor, and with even more powerful rifles to contend with if something is amiss.
Okay, well, digging into my infiltration kit. Developing disguise.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your deception so we can see the quality of that disguise. While you're doing that, Brave Stride, you immediately hop on one of the hover cycles and jet off. Closely followed by Argus and Sagaricio. As you guys are taking away, all of a sudden a couple of Prometheans come out there. They're like, hey! Those are ours!
Good roll.
I'm sorry, I failed to understand their screaming.
He said, hey, those are ours! As a couple of Prometheans come out yelling about their stolen hover cycles. It is a good thing, too, seeing that these are pretty, we'll say heavily modified.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, it is the beard. I keep on forgetting about my volume levels. Brave Side, you are closing in on the 4 other hover cycles that are chasing Rona. The person that you need to question. They have yet to become aware of you guys because unfortunately Pass Without Trace is still in effect and you guys are close enough together even while on hover cycles to not be noticed. But these 4 assailants start to whip out blasters, pulling them out of the backs of their pants and out of their cloaks as they are trying to target Rona, as she immediately drifts to hit a right to go into oncoming traffic, but they are following. Brave Stride, I am going to need a dexterity check and then that's going to be your move. But then you got to tell me your actions.
You want a dexterity or a vehicles check?
Vehicles. I apologize.
Okay.
Did I hear right that there was inspiration for everyone thanks to?
Yes, everyone has 2 inspiration.
I am using one of those. I am not happy with that roll.
Okay.
Well, there's
We'll be right back.
the vehicles thing. So
Better.
is it dex?
Vehicles are a tool proficiency in this.
Okay, so I'm proficient in them.
Yeah, so it will be your dex modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So with hover vehicles, does space vehicles count, or am I?
I think that's planetary, dude.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm screwed. I know how to fly in space. I don't know how to drive.
Mm.
Beep beep.
17. You're definitely able to keep up and continue to trail this pack of riders. What do you do?
Well, with my passive perception being 19, are these looking like the assailants that I've already dealt with before?
All right. No.
Okay. But these are going after Rome.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I have a new rifle to check out, so we're in auto rifle mode. We'll put it in cryo mode.
Okay.
Or cryo.
And so you go ahead, kind of lean back, leverage Cynthia's Revenge out, hit the button, the barrel retracts, the sniper scope goes ahead and folds into the top of it.
And
Are you going to be burst firing it with the cryo shot?
how'd you know?
We know you.
Oh, heavens. I mean, seeing as how these guys upon their hover bikes are kind of flying effectively in close proximity to one another, this might be kind of horrible for them.
Yeah, I just gotta remember what burst fire.
Um,
It's been a while.
It has
It's an
been a
area
while.
effect.
Yeah, it's an area effect, so they have to roll to resist effectively. So, well, I think you have like a burst DC. What is your burst DC?
It'll be 8 plus his proficiency bonus plus his ability score modifier.
14.
14. Okay. And
Wait, it's hold on. 8 plus proficiency, 9, 10, 11. Plus dex bonus, right?
yeah,
8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 4, 15.
15. Okay. Here we go versus your burst DC of 15, you say?
Yeah, in the back. Sorry about that.
No problem. You're about to go next. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to, feel free to give me your vehicle checks now.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Oh, now that I took up the 220s. Okay, so if I recall, they take half damage on a fail, full damage on a critical fail.
Actually, I think it's either he's rolling 1 dice less on the damage, or he's it's half damage off the start.
I'm using my inspiration for
Oh.
mine.
So, no, actually, I'm sorry. If they succeed, they take half. And if they fail, they take full.
Burst fire.
All right, so
Any creature within a 10-foot cube can succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or suffer the weapon's damage. A +2 can be attacked. A PSD without attitude. The modifier is gonna.
alrighty. Either way, roll the damage though, because there's still that one guy that rolled an 8. So more than likely, you're going to be taking out at least one.
Okay, so that's a G. And Kensia is a +1 rifle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
I got a 17 on my vehicles.
Excellent. All right, and with 13 points of damage to well, almost all of them. All right, the one that rolled an 8, he got the brunt of it. As all of a sudden, Cynthia's revenge, the Promethean now turned into a weapon and bucks in your arms with tremendous force. All of a sudden, the area, the ground underneath your guys' hover bikes immediately ices over. It doesn't affect your guys' hover bikes at all. But all of a sudden, this cloud of snow, these shards of ice, one of the riders goes ahead and spirals off, screams, and explodes as he crashes into another parked hover vehicle, leaving only the other 3. Okay.
Are any of the riders within 5 feet of each other?
Yes.
Okay. So I get 2 more attacks.
Turret bubbles. All right. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to shoot. There's 3 left, so I'll go for the one in the middle and then one on to the right. 1 shot each.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. All right. But now they're definitely aware of you. They're going to be going after you, as a matter of fact. And they were getting ready to shoot Rona, but now they began to point their blasters backwards. Sacaricio, Argus, you guys make that turn. A 22 definitely hits. Right, and with that, the first one that you target, you go ahead and let out a quick burst of 3 ice shards that go ahead, stab the person in their chest. Since they were turned around, with that, they also kind of spiral sideways, allowing the hover bike behind it to actually have to wheelie and boost over it before finally it skids to the side and explodes. 2 riders left.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 misses.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, leave some for the rest of the group.
Okay.
I mean, I do got. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If you are you going whatever you got, are you going to use it?
Extra attack.
I guess I got a bonus.
Okay. Okay. And so, with that, both of the last remaining guys saw what you did and immediately began blasting at you. All right. What is your AC?
It is 17.
All right. Both hits. The good thing is, though, they don't really have the most powerful blasters. So we will definitely see how this turns out for you. All right.
You said that.
Either way, 15 points of damage as it begins to singe your fur. All right. Up next is going to be Sacaricio.
All right. Well, since they're on hover bikes, this is going to be fun because
Yeah.
I'm actually going to use a prime talent for the first time. in a while.
Oh, go ahead. 2 of them are remaining. They're blasting. Blaster bolts are flying all around you guys as you're speeding through Pel Tavaria.
Yeah, so, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, we'll say number 2.
Okay.
I don't know what they're numbered, so
No
we'll go
problem.
with him.
You got
We're
1,
going to
2,
electric-
1's left, and 2's right. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, we're gonna electric surge him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Specifically the bike.
Oh, no. Do they roll to defend, or do you roll to attack?
It's a roll to attack. It's a forging attack.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 23 hit.
23 definitely hits. All right, it hits really hard. All right. Does electrical surge just do electrical damage, or does it have a different effect?
Oh, it does lightning damage, and they lose all cover.
Oh, crud. Roll the lightning. Okay. And so, with that, you go ahead and just like stretch out. As a matter of fact, you describe it, please. Go ahead. How do you go ahead and electrical surge this hover cycle?
Well, as we're riding along on our appropriated hover cycles, I'm trying to get it all nicely lined up, just so I can kind of point my my mechanical arm like I'm holding like a gun almost. So got the thumb up and got my pointer out.
Right. Oh man, are you Mega Manning it?
Yes, I'm gonna Mega Man it.
The hammer tracks. All of a sudden, a barrel comes out. Electricity starts crackling within it.
Yes.
And you are targeting the hover cycle.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, perfect gift too.
I tried.
All right,
Yep.
but with that 23 and that 7 damage, all right, electricity crackles throughout the entire hover cycle and thus the rider. As he's sitting here, he's holding on to the handlebars and he is just juking and shaking as the electricity is also going through him. Do you do anything else?
And we will pop a bonus action for the assault drone.
What does this assault drone look like?
Well, we're gonna have it look like Remus.
Oh,
Remus
great.
with a purpose.
All right, and what is your assault drone going to attack?
He's gonna go and attack the other one. He's gonna go all facehugger on it.
Okay, so after you go ahead and blast the second rider with electricity, effectively tasering the heck out of him, all of a sudden this portion of a round spear appears at the end of your barrel, and you launch this spear past rider number 1, and as soon as it gets lined up with his face, the spherical casing explodes, and inside is effectively, is this the medium size or the small sized assault drone?
This would be, well, it's just my assault drone, so we'll say small sized.
Okay, even funnier. Okay, well, either way, this small sized version of Chibi Remus.
Actually, we will pop one of my class features for that one.
Ooh.
Okay. Expansion. Targeting scanner.
Ooh.
Give myself a +10 and a reroll.
Okay. And so you launch
Does
the
a 30
Chibi
hit?
Remus. A 30 definitely hits. Roll damage for Chibi Remus. Alloy, let us hear Remus's battle cry.
I do Argus's battle cry, thank you.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Why do I have two Remuses? Most of the time he's just like, except I imagine a much higher pitch.
There it is. Oh, wow. Okay, how does your assault drone of Chibi Remus take out this rider?
Bit by bit.
Hmm.
Because it was facehugging, it decided to get all, it was like a monkey.
Oh,
It was just tearing away at the flesh.
oh
I don't know
wow.
why,
There
but
goes the nose. There goes
I-
the eye.
I personally pictured it more like wrapping its legs around his neck, flexing and breaking it.
Oh, wow. You are definitely in a violent vibe tonight. I like it. All right.
I declared such!
Most definitely. And with that, the other rider is gone, leaving one remaining. And unfortunately, it's not his turn. Argus. All right.
Pew pews.
Most definitely, as your hugeness on this small hover cycle is both hilarious and a visual spectacle. But
It's also bright pink.
next to you in the sidecar is Remus, still pondering. If it's dead when you kill it, is it deader? But there is no deader.
Well, I got a 7 and a 24 on my attacks.
That
You
24.
know what?
Mhm.
Well, maybe I don't need to spend the inspiration yet, because I still have, what was it, 2d8 points of damage?
Just wanna do the math.
Oh, it's 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah, you don't need to.
And it's damage too, so, well.
But yeah, as Remus is pondering, killing the
So 9
dead,
points of damage.
go ahead and describe how your violence has ended the life of this rider.
well, this feels like lackluster violence because I'm more of a melee kind of guy. But I kind of just summon my heavy rifle out of thin air, kind of mount it on the handlebars for the hover bike, and just burp, burp. The first one kind of goes a little too far off, then I correct, and it hits the engine on the backside, and just small explosion, and then whee! As he spins uncontrollably into the ground.
Nice. All right.
From behind.
It did. It did. And now he is a splattering of limbs and stains upon the road behind.
Excellent.
As you guys finish off that very
War
small.
crimes!
All right. Brave stride in front of you. All of a sudden, Rona turns her motorcycle to the side and slides to a halt.
Ditto.
You guys all effectively stop right next to her, and she goes, "Wait a minute! I saw you guys at the club that night."
This makes twice I've saved you.
She can see us?
We haven't been invisible for a bit, dude.
I just heard Cass in the background. God damn it.
You know the effect is typically over once you guys attack.
I didn't know that. It's not my ability.
Actually, it doesn't say in the description of Pass Without Trace, so I don't. I just assume it ends when you attack.
Okay. Well, either way, she doesn't get off of the hover cycle. She's just staring at you guys carefully. She goes, "Well, thanks. Wait, you guys came with Archer. What do you want?"
Information.
Okay, what? She looks around. This is definitely not the place.
Totally not, and also we gotta get rid of these bikes. We kinda commandeered them.
Maliciously appropriated.
Deliberately took?
I understand. I get it. I get it. All right, don't worry. I know a place where they can be scrubbed clean. All right, just follow. That's when Brave Stride, you have the highest passive. You do notice a person with a gray cloak on. Also similar to the cloaks that you saw on the party ship very long ago. For some reason, this person in the cloak, you can't see their face. They just start running towards you guys. He's coming from an alleyway. Only you are aware of him.
Well, you know what I know?
Hmm.
If you shoot them in the chest, they go boom.
All right, he's 30 feet away. 25 feet away.
19 hit.
It definitely does. Roll the damage. All right. He gets to the 25-foot marker as all of a sudden you guys all see Brave Stride pull up his rifle and points it down the alleyway for some strange reason. He goes ahead and lets out a burst. You hear, "For the fit!" Boosh! As fire and cement stone shoot out of the damaged alleyway. A couple of the rubble rolls to your guys' feet and hover cycles.
Getting really good at getting those guys. This is kind of fun.
Several blocks down the street, you guys hear a couple Prometheans. "Hey, get us back on bikes!" With that, Rona is like, "Okay, follow me. Let's go." And she leads you guys to an undisclosed location. Archer, we're getting ready to get back to you, but first, Aura.
Yep.
Aura, what are you doing? Aside from every now and again hearing the echoed cries of Jane.
I'm going to try to initiate a mind share with Jane so she can kind of see the moments that Jill and I were able to have. with her son.
Okay. And so, are you taking Jill with you, or are you going to go on this solo?
I'll take Jill with me.
All right. And so, you guys leave the room and you're going towards the infirmary. Before you get to the door, Jill stops you and she tells you that Mom's really sad and mad right now.
Jane, I really need you to not attack me. I have a message from Jackson, and I have Jill with me.
With that, the door unlocks and slides open. Jackson's body is perfectly wrapped on the table. She's sitting next to it. She has an open bottle, almost empty. She places her gun on the other side of Jackson's remains so that Jill can't see it. She sits up a little bit. What do you want?
I just wanted to relay Jackson's messages to you. Jill and I were able to find him, or his essence, on the ship, and I wanted you to see what those moments were like in the ether.
His essence.
And do I have your consent to show you with my mind?
His essence, my son is dead. His essence. She looks over and she sees you and Jill. And you could tell she wants to scream, that she wants to rage. But her daughter is staring at her. Though Jill doesn't say a thing. With wet eyes, she just mouths the words, "Please, Mama." Jill holds your hand a little bit tighter, Aura. And Jane takes a shaky breath before getting off of the chair, gripping the examination table tightly to help maintain her balance. Go ahead.
This might feel weird at first, but we'll be here as long as you need us. And I'm gonna initiate the shared vision of our encounter with Jackson.
And so with that, you get next to her. You gently place your green-skinned cash hands to her temple, to her face. You look into her reddened with agony eyes, tears still streaming. You open yourself up to what you recently experienced, and you allow your memories to flow. She sees her son. She sees you catch the blade of the assassin. She hears the conversation. She hears the words of her son at Jackson Archer. Her lovely boy loves her. She witnesses through your experience him going into the light, and she falls to her knees and just sobs at your feet. Jill goes ahead and just rests on her mom and just holds her tightly. What do you do, Aura?
I sit with her quietly, knowing that nothing I can say will give her relief, but helping Jill understand that she's not alone with her mother's grief, and letting Jane know that despite the pain of losing one child, she does have another that she has to think about.
Mm. It takes a long time, but she is finally able to pull herself together long enough to ask a singular question. She looks at you, the sorrow in her face slowly shifting to anger, and she asks you, Aura, where is my husband?
I would assume he's hunting down the monsters that did this.
Good. And as she turns and holds her daughter, she gives you this look as if it was her own silent way of telling you, thank you. And she picks up Jill and carries her back to her room. As Jane and Jill leave the infirmary, Ori enters. She has a plate that has Terran cookies and tea. Your Grace, how are you holding up?
Grief is a powerful thing.
It is. But you mustn't overextend yourself, Your Grace. You can only do so much. As she places the plate down and pours the tea into the glass for you to serve you, the warmth of the cup, the scent of the aroma, it does bring you a bit of peace. Until it is interrupted, seeing as how you're reconnected to the sim, there is an urgent call for the High Priestess. Do you take it?
I take it.
You go ahead, activate your communicator. It shows a high resolution hologram of another Kesh, female. She's wearing the garb of a high priestess, though she has bandages on her face over her eye. So far, it's only a bust view, and so you can't see the rest of her, but it's obvious that she is missing an arm. With her remaining hand, she goes, "Your visage upon me as mine is upon you. High Priestess, I apologize for contacting you in this state, but it is of vital importance."
What's going on?
A cult. They simply refer to themselves as the Fifth. They have been destroying temples. I was in the last one that they attacked. Our people are frightened and scattered and injured, and they are in need of guidance. I have assured them that the triumvirate is here, is present, but they are losing faith. High Priestess. I don't know what to do.
What temple are you currently located at?
I'm transmitting the coordinates to you now. But are you coming? We will not be able to honor your arrival. There's not much of the temple left.
I don't need any honor. I need my people safe. I will be there as soon as I can be.
Thank you. Thank you, High Priestess. Thank you. With that, she bows and cuts the communication. And with that, Ori nods and immediately begins getting vehicles and your travel clothing ready.
I'm gonna call for free.
All right. You do so, and he shows up quickly. Yes, Your Grace.
I need you to do me a favor.
Anything.
Don't leave Jill alone at all, especially if Jane leaves.
Yes. Oh, of course. I'll protect Jill with my life.
I'm getting the sneaking suspicion Jane might be going after Archer. So we just need to make sure that the Astral Horizon and Jill stay safe so that Archer and Jane have a home to come back to.
I will protect them both.
All right, Ori, you ready?
Ori, she goes ahead, she hands you your various cloaks and whatnot. She's going to carry your ceremonial dress just in case. She nods and makes sure her blaster's charged. She hits the button, the ramp lowers, and the two of you head off into Pale Tavaria. As you're doing so, you do notice that the shadows in the hangar are darker than usual. But aside from that, we're going to cut back to Archer.
Yep.
With your inspiration roll, you had a 20 for your disguise, correct?
Yep.
You went ahead, signed up.
Oh,
definitely. You signed up for the tour. All right. They gave you the entire rundown. Make sure you don't touch anything. There is no flash holography. Right. Please stay with your tour guide at all times. Yada, yada, yada. All right. And with that, the tour guide is this very cheerful Eldori. Blue skin, very bright pink hair, and she has these little glowing units at the end of the locks of her hair that allow it to float slightly. And so her hair is constantly floating as if she's underwater, even though she's not. And she is like, all right, we are going to call ourselves Group Delta. All right, Delta Group. All right, follow me. All right, as I get to introduce to all of you the latest in spacefaring technology, the most cutting edge, next generation exploration ship, the Hyperlands. Come on, come this way. And we're walking. Right.
And obviously, I already know more about this ship than she does, so, well,
BRB.
And so, she is, of course, pointing out, its construction. And you could tell that, yeah, she's definitely memorized the pamphlet. But at the same time, that pamphlet is nothing but lies. The good news is is that once you're inside of the facility, each door has two obvious and apparent heavily armored guards guarding both sides of it. So every door has effectively 4 of these soldiers. On top of that, the group is being followed above head by a spherical observation drone. All right, she's rambling on about how many billions of Cubal went into both its production and manufacturing. All right, but all those are closely guarded secrets. All right, but before we get into further information about the Hyperlands, let's talk about its creator. Just this way, as we have a holographic display of his entire life, and we're walking this way, we're walking. Archer, you do realize that in order to somehow avoid all of them, you're going to have to do some incredible work here. What do you do?
Well, a distraction is in order.
How are you going to distract?
Groups packed together pretty tight, right?
Yeah. It is 10 of you guys, exactly. Various ages and various species. The one directly next to you, he's a pretty tall, brown, shaggy furred, except it has a crocodile-like face.
Yeah, probably not immediately him. What's the age of the person right directly in front of him?
In front of him is a fellow human. She is in a hover chair, elderly of age. All right. She has very bright blue hair, and the lenses are just hover in front of her face. She doesn't have any rims or anything, just the lenses. But for some reason, she has hundreds of charms adhered to her hover chair. You also can tell that every time you guys pass by a pamphlet station or anything like that, she takes all of them and stuff them into her purse.
Let's see. Just out of curiosity, in my little kit of equipment here, would I happen to have something that would effectively work similar to a taser?
You can make a mechanics check to effectively turn one of the power units for your device into a temporary taser.
Okay. Let's see if I can do that.
Most definitely. And so as this tour guide is rambling on about, its founder, a 13 will give you 1 good tase before it shorts out the unit.
Okay. Well, I'm not tasing anyone specifically, but using sleight of hand.
Ooh.
Bump the tase against her chair, causing it to crash.
Okay. And so go ahead and make your sleight of hand check. You will receive a +2 because you have a little bit of cover from the shaggy crocodile face alien. All right. He kind of is looking at what you're doing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
I got one more inspiration.
You got one more inspiration. It was about to be real bad for you with that one. All right. He looks over. He sees kind of what you're doing. And he actually helps out by extending himself up a bit.
This is going to be interesting.
All right. As you go ahead and just get closer to the lady, and you guys are passing by a pamphlet station, and she begins just taking one after the other, after the other, after the other. And with that, you go ahead and jam her chair. All of a sudden, it shoots forward, spins around, almost tosses her out of it, comes backwards, goes sideways, flips upside down. She's holding on for dear life, and then it shoots her down the hallway. The tour guide's like, oh, the terror, no! During this commotion, and you look up, all of a sudden you see the observation drone follow the tour guide and the old lady.
Activating stealth suit.
Right? Double tap to the chest, and all of a sudden you are gone as the symbiotic black silk blade comes out of your disguise, wraps around you, and renders you invisible. Go ahead, roll your stealth check with advantage. And a further +1 because of it being an enhanced item. And let's see what we got here. Oh my, a 29.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness. Not only is that an incredible roll, I just found out something existed that I didn't know I needed in my life till just now.
The deep fried Optimus Prime?
Yes. Yes. He's a father figure in Delicious. Okay. But anyway, deep fried Optimus Prime aside, wow. But a 29. A 29 allows you to bypass the surveillance drones. Even the ones that are detecting motion, which would actually be able to sense you. Pass several of the mercenary security soldiers all the way towards one of the blast doors that'll allow you into the custom hangar for the Hyperlance. You're almost there.
No, I know good and well that opening those blast doors would be the last thing I want to do. That would indicate, unless somebody else opened them to come through, unauthorized access.
Yes, and this door does have its 2 flanking mercenary security.
Uh-huh. Scanning the area. Looking for ductwork and venting.
Ah. All right. Go ahead and give me that perception. It is eerie. Going ahead and walking invisibly around so many people. And for Steve, you have a good night.
Not the best I've done, but hey, right down the middle is better than nothing.
Most definitely.
First of all, you're not matching that 29 again tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
That was insane. You look about looking for a vent, some type of cover, some type of way in, and you do find it. Unfortunately, it's going to require split-second timing. There is an observation drone access panel. It unfolds for the drones and closes after them. You are going to have to somehow parkour up the side of a wall and get into that vent with perfect timing. If you fail, the landing will alert the mercenary soldiers. This will be both an acrobatics check and a stealth check.
All right.
You still have advantage on the stealth checks.
Right. Start with the acrobatics.
And so with that, you go ahead, you take a few steps back, steady yourself.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And with...
Do this help and see if I can at least stay quiet.
You run up the wall, try to jump and reach. As soon as the panel opens, it did not open in time. And with that, you do land hard enough so that both of the soldiers turn. What was that? They are slowly going to the spot where you landed. They immediately hit the side of their helmets. It does an intense scan of the area where you landed. You are not there. You are not there. With that, immediately, they even detect the fact that there is a change in pressure in the floor. Immediately, you hear, go to code yellow. With that, there's a slight blare of an alarm. Down the hallways, you hear them canceling the rest of the tour. The guards go back to their spots, flanking the door into the hangar with the hyperlance. What do you do?
How tall ceiling in here?
30 feet.
30 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
As you
Let's
ponder,
see.
we are actually going to cut over to Braystride, Sagaristio, and Argus. You guys are actually in a somewhat abandoned warehouse. It looks extremely messed up on the exterior. But as soon as you guys roll towards its fold-up doors, and a cat greets you, you realize the entire place has been tricked out. It's effectively a loft. With that, she goes ahead, gets off of her hover bike, hits her gauntlet on her arm, and the doors close. All right. So tell me a story. What's going on?
Well, countered you. Assassins showed up for reasons that we're starting to piece together. More assassins came, killed Archer Kid. Now we're out for blood.
Wait. Little Jackson's dead. Oh, no. Where is he?
That's what we would like to know.
Knowing Archer, he's on the warpath.
Okay.
And so far,
Honestly, I'm not
everything's
not entirely for the whole revenge thing, but in this instance,
Mm-hmm. With that, the cat starts to approach you, Argus. All right. It smells you. Then it looks at you. It smells you again. It is fascinated with the way you smell, Argus.
I will pet the cat.
Press X to pet cat. No. But anyway, you were...
I look up at Branch trying to think, wait, is this offensive to your people?
no.
And with that, Rona, she looks over at you, kind of quizzically, Argus. She goes, huh. Killer Spike doesn't like anyone.
I like the name. Killer Spike, you say?
Yes.
He's a proud warrior.
Yeah, he keeps the vermin out. So let me get this straight. Assassins got aboard your ship and killed Jackson.
Yeah, they sent quite the number too. Yeah, somewhere between 20 to 30.
Has Archer ever told you who he really works for?
Well, we're starting to piece that together.
but in telling us directly, no, he never has.
But that she goes over towards, it looks like an old Terran jukebox. She hits several buttons on it and it begins blasting music, almost to the point where you can't even hear yourself think. But with that, she brings you guys all in close and she tells you, look, he can't tell you, but I can. because I used to work for them too. They call themselves the Shadow Technocracy, and they deal in everything. They want to control everything. And they're about to have their way. I came into some data. That Hyperlance, that ship, is not just a ship.
It's a bioship.
Oh, so you know.
Yeah.
Did they tell you what it was specifically made to do?
It's just that it goes far.
Look, after I tell you this, you're going to have to get lost. You don't want any part of it. They bred that ship specifically to find the fifth crucible. It's an old legend, but supposedly, if this thing even exists, the fifth crucible houses the Onyx Core Stone. The Core Stone.
By
Go ahead.
they bred, it was the Shadow Technocracy that did this.
Yeah, they're stopping at nothing. Eventually, they're going to get that ship, and once they do, it's bad news. They already have the tech to do horrible things.
Is this connected to the cult?
No, the cult is... They're looking for the same thing, but for different reasons.
No, but I think the Shadow Technocracy's got... I think they're involved with what I was involved with, the whole...
They're not beyond commissioning other races to do their dirty work for them. It's what they do. They find influential, useful people, and they convert them to their cause. They did it to me. They did it to Jonathan. You know what's good for you. You'll get out. Just leave them be. If that cult, the fifth, if they somehow find the fifth crucible, who knows what they're going to make from whatever is inside of it. But they're nihilists.
I very much doubt they're going to stop at the one core stone. So regardless of circumstance, we're involved either way.
Yeah.
If the Shadow Technocracy gets the Onyx Core Stone and the fifth crucible, they win. The Silrain Arc, it'll all fall under their control. If these fanatical cultists get it, they just want everything to end. And the Onyx Core Stone will help them do that.
Okay, so it's all revolves around the ship. Now I know where Archer's headed.
Yep.
We should
That's
probably
right.
move with haste.
Yep, before he does something dumb. Well, to be fair, he's already done that.
Actually, before we go though, I want all the information you have so far with the ship. You probably had a job of keeping an eye on it.
I did. Unfortunately, when I last saw all of you, that information was stolen. So, what I told you is all that I got, and I strongly suggest you get off of Pale Tavaria, that you get out of this system as soon as possible.
I do not believe running is necessarily in the cards for us.
It's like I said, I'm not gonna stop at one.
No, and we have plenty.
Like, the Core Lord obviously didn't stop at one. What makes you think a group of them won't stop at one?
Well, to be
Yeah.
fair, we haven't murdered each other trying to get one.
I mean, we all have one. Why would we need to murder each other for more?
We make up the Core Lord.
Jules, wait. Oh, you guys don't know.
That is a fair assumption.
Look,
I don't know a lot of things lately.
somewhere deep down inside all of you, you guys are relatively okay sentients. But that's your problem.
And
That is your problem. That is what's limiting what you can do with the core stones. You have
Like, I've got enough voices inside my head. Be straight.
And in fairness, if there weren't limiters, we wouldn't be any better than the Core Lord.
if you somehow manage to vanquish the essence within the core stone, you will unlock its true power. And that is when things get scary. That's what the fifth want to do. They want to kill the essence inside of the Onyx core stone and bring death and destruction to the entire Sylvain arc. They're going to wipe this galaxy from the face of the universe.
Why are they taking... Well, they're here. They're on the space station.
I'm aware. They also believe that somehow the temples of the Triumvirate will attempt to stop them, so they've been destroying them left and right. Look, that's all I got. All right, I'm getting off of this station. I'm getting out of this system. All right. Best of luck to you. I hope you're able to save Archer from himself. All right, but the shadow technocracy cannot be stopped. In the fifth, it's only a matter of time. All right, this is a no-win scenario. And with that, she goes ahead and she starts packing a bag.
It may not be a winning scenario, but I'd rather choose which ones I lose.
In this case, we can at least force a draw.
In my opinion, cause as much damage to both. Let them pick up the scraps after we're gone.
I mean, one way we could do this, they got the fifth likes to bomb people, and there's someone there's another faction that wants the ship. Why not tell the fifth that there's a ship that can find the core stone and let them fight it out, and then we'll just clean up the scrap.
Have both sides fighting each other?
Yeah. Also, that maybe why they are fighting each other, we commandeer a ship.
Well, there's the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
No, they're all enemies.
And that would also help the princess out. If she, we have to quell the whole fifth anyway, but give them another purpose, they'll probably quit destroying stuff.
I doubt that.
Yeah, you're right. I was being helpful.
You're
Very.
being hopeful with a bunch of fanatical suicide bombers.
Yeah, I'll send those suicide bombers at the other faction.
Question though, those who are spiritually intertwined to the extreme, they may go as far as to, if they cannot have the ship, nobody can. And let's be honest, we kind of need that ship
Why?
to get to the.
You forget something.
I forgot a lot of things. What's your point?
We have Kenthia.
But is Cynthia able to sense the Onyx Core Stone?
Oh, I'd have to ask her about that.
From my understanding, this other one, the Hyper Lancer, is
Mm-hmm. And so with that,
to find the Onyx Core Stone.
Brave Strike, you know, Kenthish is like, what? What? You want me to do what? He wants me to do what?
Find the Onyx Core Stone.
I don't even sense your guys' core stone.
So you have no sense of core stones. Yeah, it looks like we need the ship.
So perhaps
Oh.
causing a three-way battle to retrieve it is not a good decision.
I mean, if they're too busy fighting each other to get to the ship.
The problem is what if one of them is already at said ship? I'm concerned that the extremists will blow it up just so that they make sure no one else has it.
I'm pretty sure that ship can take a little bit of a beating.
Do you really want to put that into question when there's no other way to it? The stone, I mean?
A distraction.
He's like, guys, please come over here and distract him so I can get to the ship. If only there was a way to communicate with him. So what are you guys gonna do? He doesn't.
Well, either way, it's leading us to the ship, so...
I grow bored of this. Let's go to the ship. Miss, your cat is lovely. Take care of him. And I'm dragging Remus out as I leave.
Right? It's a... And he's like, if it's dead, oh, they're dying in stages. As he continues in his
Remus,
Zemo...
what if it's undead?
Or
It-
re-dead.
Re-dead exists?
Sure, why not?
And you see this expression on his face, like his mind has been both blown, broken, and shattered. His eye twitches a little bit, and he stopped blinking.
Come on, Strokesy, let's go.
As you go ahead and lead him outside, lead him out of Rona's warehouse. Aura, you have made it to what's left of one of the Kashian triumvirate temples in Pel Tavaria. You see only 17 of the Kesh there, as 10 of them are working on clearing the rubble. The other 7 are holding a ceremony over freshly made graves. At once it was a beautiful golden pyramid, about 3 stories in height. But now it's been reduced down to a single story. The flowers are all burned. The smell is atrocious. Another injured Kesh and a hover chair is out front, receiving Cubal from passerbys. Ori takes a breath and she just says that this is horrible. Aura, what do you do?
Well, I'm going to visually target the 6 nearest people that look like they probably have sustained the most injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bring out my spear and use the healing ability.
You outstretch your hand and materialize the tri-edged spear of leadership. You lift it up and it glows gold. Your hood kind of falls off and people turn and they look at the golden light and they see you. And Immediately, they begin to get on their hands and knees. Some have to struggle to do so as they place their faces to the ground. As your light shines over them, healing wounds, mending breaks, causing comfort.
So each person, I can heal about 6 people in range. They each are going to be healed for 14 points.
Excellent. As the light is glowing upon them, as they are now glowing, they sit back and they're looking at their hands and they're able to take off some of their bandages. And they're like, High Priestess, High Priestess. Many of them break down and cry. Some was like, I knew it. I knew she would go. I prayed. The triumvirate has answered our prayers. Coming from
I figured out
behind.
a way to get past these guys.
The High Priestess, I'm sorry, the other priestess, excuse me, not the High Priestess, you are that, Aura. The priestess, she comes from behind the wall. And she rushes over to you as fast as she can. You notice that her cybernetic leg, it's not fitted for her. But it is functional as she comes to you and she holds your hand. She goes, Thank you, High Priestess. You've healed them. Thank you, High Priestess. I told them that you would come. You see more of the Kesh, injured and wounded, begin to gather around. More of the other believers in the Triumvirate, some Terran, some Eldori, 2 Matokai, the reptilian aliens, also join the crowd. What do you tell them?
I'm going to be collecting information from each of you one at a time to get as much information about these attacks as I can. It's going to take me a bit, and it's very important that we have people watching the perimeter, setting up a decent defense. I have people that we can call on in the meantime, but right now, focus on resting and recovering. And for those of you that have rested, we need to guard the wounded, and we need to stay alert and prepared while we create a plan for how we would like to move forward.
With that, they all agree. And in sync, they say, as the Triumvirate wills it. The healthy and healed, they stand guard. The others open their minds to you, and you begin to see this collage of memories and moments, the explosion, the pain, the crumbling, the breaking, the splattering. The hooded figure, the walking, other people, the Matsukai, seeing more hooded figures coming from an alley. The sound of grating metal. That of a cover, that an sewer access cover. You have a trail several blocks away. The sewer access in the alley is where the bomber came from. And now you may have an idea of where the cult of the Fifth may be hiding. But as you are receiving all of this information, we cut over to a different part of Pel Tavaria. Argus, Brave Stride, Sagaricio, you guys get over towards where the Hyperlance is currently being kept. They have closed it down, and there are people outside. They're pissed off. They pay good money to take the tour, and the tour was cut short, and the other ones have been canceled. They are upset, and they are mad and just yelling out all types of expletives in various alien languages. Tell me, what do you guys do?
What'd you do, Argus? Why they close the tour?
What did I just got here with the rest of you.
What the heck, man?
We could always ask people.
I doubt Remus would know anything. Oh, you mean everyone else?
That was the intention, yes.
Redead. How do you read? Means to die again.
I'm just gonna slap him upside the head gently,
Shut-
like, focus!
I
On
am
something
focused.
else!
Oh,
On something else!
right.
In the game, boy! In the game!
Exactly. I've been given a task, and I am currently failing. Thank you, friend Argus.
Brave Stride, do the word things with him.
Yes. No, I have a task. As you have snapped me into focus, I shall slap you
right.
into focus. And he slaps you.
And then he turns as if nothing was wrong, and he starts going towards the gate of the hangar.
Archer! Archer!
And immediately the two soldiers, they put their hand up. Excuse me, sir, we're going to need you to back up. You dare impede me? Why do you impede me? I am looking for the archer. Sir, we need you to back up.
This may be our way in.
The only
he'll
reason
be fine.
you would deter me is if you know where the archer is. Where is the archer?
Sir, we have no idea where this archer person is.
You lie! Out of my way!
We have a situation. And immediately they begin to try to grab his arms and detain him. The fight has broken out. All right, he's head-butted one. They're trying to taser him. He's ripped the cords out. He went ahead, it's not even tactical. He just drop-kicked the one soldier. You see more soldiers coming out of the building. All right, a couple of the hovering drones have come by. He's like, Archer! And he just socks the other guy. One guy tackles him down. All right, he rolls over on top of him, mounts him, starts punching him in the face. Archer!
I'm gonna send a mental missive over to Aura, letting her know what's happening with Remus.
That's fine. This might be our chance to get in.
Okay. Yeah, Aura. You feel the presence of the Amber Core Stone and Sagaristio. It seems as if Sagaristio wants to tell you something. You guys kind of connect with her, and immediately you see her presence is kind of like surrounded by these spinning images of destruction and ruin, and a terrorist attack on one of the temples, and for some reason people are tracking and following one of the members of the Fifth to the sewer. But Argus, what do you say to Aura?
Me?
I'm sorry, Sagaristio, what do you say to Aura?
I don't mean to bother you right now, Aura. It looks like you're kind of busy with something, but just letting you know that you might need to bust Remus out of jail.
God damn it. Tell that beautiful idiot that I need him.
He is very much adamant on trying to find Archer.
I think they're trying to tase him now.
Tell him the temple that I'm at is under attack and I need him.
Remove your hand from my skull,
Remus!
My
The
job
princess
is
is in danger. Over at which temple?
Right.
I'm gonna mentally send the coordinates.
He's already running off. He didn't even find out where. Right? Princess!
well.
Oh, no!
I'm just gonna bring it out my communicator. I'll just text him the coordinates.
They're right. He's dragging two people with him.
Okay.
Now's our
I'll
chance
help-
to get in.
I'll help Remus out. You guys help.
Oh, you guys are dealing with a riot has started at the gate. All right. It was like, how dare you attack that man? And immediately the entire front gate is just being assaulted.
Soggy, we can get through now.
Yes, we can. All right. Good luck, Aura.
Have fun, Brave Stride.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's going to try to sneak into this place and who's going to not?
So, by the sounds of it, Soggy and I are going in to help Archer. And Brave Stride and Remus are going to go help
Himself.
Aura. Yeah.
All right. Sagaristio, Argus, give me that stealth check. You guys have received a +5.
Excellent, because I still have 2 unused inspiration from to date.
Brave Stride, you said you're going to go with Remus?
Yeah, I'll help him out.
Okay, how are you going to help him out as he is currently he's trying to do the high knees while dragging to the security personnel on his legs. Another guy has ran and jumped onto his back. It hasn't stopped him. It slowed him a little bit, but it hasn't stopped him.
Wait till there's a opening to
So 14 for the inspiration.
do a snatch and grab teleport.
Tonto, do you want my other one? Or do you still have inspiration left, Tonto?
Oh no, I actually no. I still have one inspiration. I didn't use them all up.
Okay, go ahead. All right. And so you do wait for that moment. Go ahead and
I forgot this was a disadvantage, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
You're not doing any better than that 11, bro.
No.
Okay.
But so Brave Stride, you managed to effectively freeze off the security guys that had attached themselves to Remus, allowing him to further dash through traffic. A couple of hover vehicles crashed, trying to avoid hitting him as he is making his way towards Aura.
All right.
Sucker-
Guess we're just running for it.
I mean, feel free if you want to grab him and teleport him. You can definitely do so. But
Calling shenanigans on that.
But either way, Argus, Sagaricio, you guys go ahead and use the distraction from the slight riot at the gates to slip past the walls and into the facility. Archer, you're still by the blast doors. It's still guarded by 2 of the soldiers, though one does leave.
One left. Okay.
Just like, I got this.
He's completely unaware of me.
He's completely unaware of you.
Slipping behind him, shifting to the blade, and right up at the base of his skull, inserting.
Okay.
Fatality.
That's the intent.
Go ahead, roll your attack with advantage. Argus, Sagaricio, with an 11 and a 4.
Damn!
Dag nabbit. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what you needed in order to just one shot stealth kill this guy.
Coup de grace.
But August, Sagaricio, you guys have gotten into the facility, but you were detected. And thus a small army of soldiers and drones are coming your way. But
Very quickly.
as that's happening, Archer, I believe you have an ability about technology.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you're going to use it.
Oh, yeah. But before I do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm slipping this guard's uniform off of him,
Mm-hmm.
slipping into it myself. Then I'll put my hand on the console and figure out how to open these blast doors.
Most definitely. Sagaricio, Argus, I just want to know, are you guys going to fight these people?
I mean, I'm getting into a readying stance.
Argus?
I did say I chose violence today, didn't I?
You did. All right. So as this small army of veteran mercenaries, as these spherical drones begin to swarm all around you guys get ready for the fight of your life. Captain Jonathan T. Archer, in the guise of one of these mercenaries, you have managed to get into the hangar of the Hyperlance. One of the spherical drones comes around, scans you, and then leaves. But right now, you are a mere 60 feet away, walking distance, to get inside the ship that has caused so much of a disturbance that people have died for, that your son has died for.
walking very much so with intent and purpose, like I have orders to follow,
Mm-hmm.
up the ramp of the ship and into it.
And with that, we are going to close tonight's session. Thank you so much for watching and commenting. Those that did, I'm super appreciative. I definitely have to give a special shout out and thanks to my players. All right, Dark Lovely, Master Draco, Alloy, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. Thank you guys so much for this, and thank you all for watching. Until next time, let's level up together and have a good night. Oh,
Good night.
bye.